We're telling your followers that you started a live video, and here we are. It's a bit bright there. Give me 1 second. You have no requests, okay. Back in a minute. Hi everyone, Leon Kamer. You're on Talking with Leon, and I'm looking forward to talking to Batya. Okay, when someone joins, anyone can. Okay, I'm trying to read these Instagram instructions. I'm waiting for Batya Solomon. She's in Los Angeles, and it's 9:30 a.m. over there, 5:30 p.m. in London. And I don't think anyone's here yet. Let's see. I have no request to join. So waiting for Batya. Let me check out. Hope everyone's well out there and spiritually hungry, as they say. We're going through, we know where the world's at. Julia's there. Send a request to be in your live video. I'm waiting for Batya, Julia, so I can't let you into chat at the moment because I'm interviewing somebody else. So is there anyone else out there that would like to chat? Let's find out where Batya is. Hang on a minute. So I'm not sure where she is, but she'll be coming along shortly. I don't know if Juliana Cassandra joined. Telling your followers that you started a live video. Great. Hope everyone's well out there. It's dull in London. I hope it's nicer in LA. I'll be talking with Batya Solomon. She's a motivator, a teacher, a writer, and she runs a regular video called Prosperity Principles on Kabbalah.com, for those of you that aren't familiar with it. And we're just waiting. So if you're tired of looking at me, I'm sorry. I can't accept when someone joins the watch this one. Oh dear. Oh, you joined? No. I'm going to interview someone. So, Julia, how are you? Nice to see you.
Yeah, good.
You've got to click off this because I'm waiting for someone in Los Angeles. So I think I clicked the wrong thing. My fault. So
I'll disappear. I think I pressed the.
Sorry.
Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you.
You too.
You don't have to disappear. You just go off this and you watch it.
Oh.
You don't actually have to disappear. You just leave.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to press the cross at the top on the right. We'll catch up sometime. I need to speak to you about Australia.
Would love to. It's a great meeting place. Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been well?
Yeah, very well. We're going to go on Saturday, so when I get back.
Sounds very hippie. So click that cross and we'll catch up.
Okay, darling. Bye. Leave.
There's Batya accept. Hi. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, good. I'm really well. I was thinking, I love talking to you, and I don't even have that many questions. I think I just like talking to you. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Good.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Nice to talk to you as well.
Thanks. Yeah, but the thing that comes to mind, which is one that's probably comes up often on prosperity principles, which is a regular, uh, a regular program, regular videos that you run on Kabbalah.com, how to manifest prosperity being more than just money, just prosperity and all that help you're giving. And it's the same question. How do we retain that ability for the no doubt? Because I know that the section in the Zohar at the moment is to eliminate any doubt, is to prepare ourselves in such a way that that no doubt doesn't even exist. So it's not about manifesting no doubt or getting into certainty. It's about us projecting, I think, enough light to keep doubt out. So can you, with my ridiculous way of explaining that, can you shine some light on that for me? That doubt ability, that bulletproof, if you will, ability to always know that it's okay, that it's always all right.
Well, I think we should address the concept of doubt.
Yeah.
I think it's a very misunderstood concept. What exactly is doubt about? If you stop and you think about it, a lot of people it's one of those words that we think we understand, but we really have no commitment to that meaning, of certainty and doubt. First of all, the body betrays us all the time. All you have to do is sit in a really good movie and focus on it, and that movie becomes real. Or that TV program that you can't stop binging, it becomes real because you're so invested in it, because the body is involved in the movie. If you put on VR goggles or Oculus, whatever those games are now, you put on the goggles and you're not in that place. There are no such thing as zombies, let's say, but they're coming to attack you and the body responds. To say that we have total certainty in the creator while the body is responding to the simulation is something kind of like the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? It's like we're saying we have certainty, but then events are happening in our lives and we are responding to those events as if they're real, even though we say words like simulation, when we use the word 1% and 99% reality, the body is responding to the 1%. Yes, I have certainty in the creator, but wait a minute, the rent check is, bill is due. Or there's a big expense, or the insurance, I have to pay the insurance this month, or the mortgage, or whatever it is, or the person lost their job, and they say, oh, I'm gonna have total certainty of the creator, but they're freaking out inside. Let's be honest, right? So and
You're
we
almost saying like the body,
pretend we have certainty when we really don't. So
you're almost saying the body has a mind of its own.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So between you and me, we can't fight that. We can't really master certainty on that level because the body consciousness has a mind of its own. So what can we do?
Yeah.
I'm about to answer that question for you.
Yeah. I knew you were. Go ahead.
Here's my take on it. In the last few years since I had that near-death experience, my eyes have been opened up in a deeper way to responding to life in a deeper way than I ever have before. And I've come to understand that certainty is not certainty in the 1%. Like the rent is due, the mortgage is due, or there's a big expense, or that person left, or that person passed away, and now there's, this feeling, this responding to the 1%. Yeah, that's going on. I believe the deeper meaning of certainty is the certainty to keep my heart open. That is something that's more within our control. My body's going to respond if, a car suddenly veered, off the street and almost hit me, God forbid, right? My body's going to respond. It's going to like freak out. My heart's going to race. My body will turn into a sweat because of something that, my life is in danger or possible danger. That's not something you can say, oh, I'm going to have certainty about it. I'm not going to respond to that. We're not at that level. Let's face it. We're not walking on water. We're not splitting the loaves to feed 1 million people. We're not on that level. We're not flying right now. We didn't raise the dead yet. We didn't do all those things. So that's a level of certainty that right now is not something we even are willing to accept. Okay? So, but what can we do that's proactive in terms of certainty is to look and see how open is my heart? How much am I still willing to trust the Creator after I have a heartbreak, after a loss, after the abuse, after the what's the word? The betrayal? How willing am I to open my heart and do it again? Not with the same person, not with the same circumstances, but to move on, to not stay stuck in the past with it. And I see so many people, their lives are just stuck in the same routine, in the same dynamic, because their heart is closed. Because they're waiting for the right circumstance and then they'll open their heart. That's not certainty. Certainty is Creator. You're with me in the good times and you're with me in the bad times. And I'm gonna work real hard to be vulnerable, to be kind, to love, in spite of circumstances that might want to convince me otherwise. That, to me, I've come to understand is certainty.
So being spiritual and opening your heart is almost like two different things. Like, I'm sure there's people there, I'm spiritual, because we hear that all the time. But what are the tools to open your heart? Because there's one thing saying I'm spiritual, and you can be spiritual with a closed heart.
No, you can't. No, you can be religious with a closed heart, but you can't be spiritual. The whole purpose of learning the Torah, according to the sages, is to remove the foreskins of the heart. And, a lot of people don't get that message. They get the religious part. They think, oh, the Zohar is going to do it for me. The, keeping Shabbat, keeping kosher is going to do it for me. Listening to the Torah reading is going to do it for me. No, it's not going to do it for you. It's going to help us open our heart. These are the tools to help us open our heart. You see, what's glaringly being missed, and it's like hidden in plain sight, is, and we say it all the time. How were Rabbi Shimon and the 9 other friends, the Chavre, able to draw down such tremendous power of light into this world to the point of miracles? It elevates the frequency in the environment. Just having a Zohar in your home, on your body, walking around, healing people. I've seen people get physically healed just by having a student of mine had a cyst or a tumor on his back. And the doctor wanted to operate. It was the 3 weeks. I said, please just wait till after the 3 weeks. Meanwhile, sleep with the Pincos, the little Pincos. Put it on your back. Sleep with it on your back. By the time you went to the doctor, the cyst was gone. The doctor had no explanation for that. So many times, so many people have these incredible miracles with the Zohar, but the Zohar doesn't do it for us. You can't, go be sleeping or have a closed heart and expect the tools to do the work for you. They're there to help me do my work, to give me a boost, an energy boost, but I still have to choose and make my effort to open my heart, to be kinder, to be more caring, to be more in the moment with a person, be present to them, be willing to share with them.
But isn't that the most difficult thing to do when you're going through your stuff, when you're going through those betrayals, or that business downturn, or that rent to pay? Isn't that when it's the most difficult to do? So how do you overcome what's going on and still open the heart?
Like I said with Rabbi Shimon and the Chevre, the reason why they were able to draw down such tremendous light is because they had love between them. They had love between them. It didn't say they had knowledge between them. It didn't say they have skill between them. It didn't even say they had faith between them. It said they had love among them. Love, that willingness to be vulnerable, and the other person is my way of practicing to be vulnerable so that I can continue to evolve to be the creator of my world. And we need each other to practice on, and we need each other to betray each other, to hurt each other, to do these things to each other so we can practice proactively loving each other.
So humility, is that a word that pops up?
Of course. Yes. Humility is the opposite of entitlement.
Oh, I love that. Humility is the opposite of entitlement. Okay, I've got to drop entitlement and quickly replace it. That's amazing stuff. That's amazing stuff. You want to tell me a little bit more before we go?
What else would you like to know? To love is the hardest thing in the world.
That's it. So how do we...
Self-sacrifice for the sake of love is the hardest thing in the world.
Because it's almost like the walls of the heart kind of close the minute trouble appears in any way. The minute we react to problems, to all those things you mentioned, the minute we react, it's almost like the heart closes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you don't have room for the heart to be open at that time, because you're in such a in such a state of reacting to your situation that you don't even think about love of the heart. So how do we jump that hurdle from reactive to opening the heart, regardless of what's in front of us?
This is where we use our tool of pause. What a pleasure. Pause. Now, what does the opponent force do? It takes us out of the present. The only place where we feel our godlike nature is when we're present. When we're in the future, when we're in a movie, Satan is now taking us off somewhere into a scary movie, and then we're reacting to the scary movie. No, the spiritual work is stay present, stay mindful. In this week's Prosperity Principles class, I coined the term mindful warrior. To be the war is to stay present, stay here right now with you, without an agenda, to just be here to support you, to be here to talk with you, to be here to share from my heart with you. That's, rather than what do most of us do? Not most of them, many people, they're not present with each other. They can be, just because they love each other and have children together, it doesn't mean they're present with each other. It doesn't mean that they're actually being vulnerable with each other. Our hearts get closed very easily and very quickly from childhood on, because we're trying to protect ourselves from being hurt again. But
so
this is the challenge.
So is being present with another, totally present,
So powerful.
Are we then in a more godlike mode? Are we now more connected to the Creator, as you say?
It's the only way, because the Creator only lives in now.
You make it so simple. You make it so simple. Now
it's easy to say. It's not that easy to do.
Listen, I think everyone out there, including myself, learned a lot today. I think it was a great chat, and you just took it into the right direction, and I think we've all learned a lot. Always wonderful to have you here. It's always great. I mean, your wisdom is just flows. So thanks again, and I know we'll be doing this again in the near future.
Okay, Leon.
Take care.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to share with you. Always nice to talk with you.
Been great talking to you. Take
Yeah.
care.
Take care. Bye.